Hey, scrappy people, it's Tracy Reed here today coming at you with a 9x12 pocket page video, and this is my back to school layout, and woohoo, my kids are actually in a layout. Man, it is so hard to get decent pictures of my kids lately. One, because they like to hide from the camera, or at least two of them, and two, because they don't really do anything lately. Like, teenagers don't do much. They sit around and look at their screens and they're just not that busy. So anyway, I do have a back to school layout. And I am using the Cocoa Daisy Book Club collection because, duh, it's perfect for this. And I have these little number circles from Ali Edwards story kits as well that I stuck in there a while ago to delineate their grades. So those are the only things that I'm not using, or that I am using that are not from the Cocoa Daisy kit. And I have these 3x4 cards that I'm cutting down to 3x3 cards to fill in the rest of these pockets. I have each of my kids they get their own little column. So I've got a bunch of pockets to fill. So I need to create a title card, and I need to have some fun ones and also a place to journal. So the Cocoa Daisy Book Club kits are very coffee and book themed, obviously. They have a bit of a back to school time flair because of the the month that they're released in, but there's not really anything back to school themed. So I'm gonna have to make a lot of my own little cards and things to make it work. I do have that quote card down there in the bottom corner that says, basically be you, which is good. A reminder to go back to school on. But everything else is going to have to come from me, and I always joke with my kids, and it's not really a joke, but I joke with my kids that back to school is the most wonderful time of the year for me, so there's going to be a lot of that sort of sentiment in here as well. Luckily, I can use the rub-ons in this layout. The last layout that I created with the book club kits were not book or school or coffee themed at all, so I couldn't use a lot of the rub-ons, but now I can, so that's exciting. And I'm going to pull off this black sticker. I always have a hard time getting these stickers off the sheets. I don't think that they're cut all the way through all the time. I'm going to pull out all of these cards and rearrange them quite a few times to make them work. I was trying to get the colors to be spread out evenly, and not all of the oranges or all of the greens clumped together, so it took a little bit of effort, and I had to do some rearranging quite often. I wanted to make sure I also had two of those black labels on this spread because I didn't want to have just one random black label and no black on the rest of the page. So I'm also going to use this Stack of Books rub-on to fill up some of this card. It's exactly 3 inches, so that was perfect. And of course I rip it off wrong, but I align it and you never know the difference. Lots of rub-ons to be used on this spread, which is always exciting. I'm going to use this big old Smile chipboard because it's perfect to fill up some space, create my own card. I'm kind of just seeing where I want everything to go. Put that little star there, put the smile in the middle of this one to bring some more blue in. I also need to create a little title card that says back to school. So I'm going to look through some stickers and want to add in just a bunch of books because of course the books make sense, but I couldn't make that birdie work yet. So I'm going to create my title card, and I end up creating it on this one, and you can see that you can't really read it, and so I'm going to change things around in a few minutes. I'm going to add the year here, and then I'm going to take that whole label off. Boy, there's a lot of shuffling in this layout. I struggled a little bit for a little while, and then it comes together. So I wanted to use this that's like 2 thumbs up, just to add a little bit more sarcasm to the spread. So then I'm like, well, I want to use this, but it's not going to fit with that label. So first I take the label off. And I'm like, can I put it somewhere else? No, that's not going to work. So I just put it to the side for a minute. And then I just decide that I really just don't like this title card altogether. So it's going to come apart. Luckily, none of the stickers got messed up, so that's good. These are the Pink Fresh Studio. I forget what the line is called, but I'm going to go out and buy this line because it's basically a work from home line, and hello, that is my whole life, and I need it. I wanted to make this hustle work, but it didn't work. So I'm going to pull out some other die cuts that will work. That one was perfect. Not only did it have a great saying on it, but it had the blue too that I needed to bring in more. And just a couple of little bits from that line. It was just a 100. Keeping it 100. So this is the card I decide to move my title card over to. And first I'm trying to do this, but just don't love this card. And then I was like, well, I'll put it on here, but it was never gonna fit. So put this card back together and move it up to that top card instead, which I was initially going to use for journaling, so that wasn't why it was my first, that was why it wasn't my first instinct. But there we go. Now I like it. Back to school, and I can add that label back in, and hooray! It works so much better. I was counting the squares so I could center the label. It still wasn't centered. That's much better. And take that off and put the little birdie on here instead. Put the 100 down there. Yay! Now it's going to start coming together. Much better. So now I'm going to build a little fun card on here that says, welcome to morning or something like that. Which I thought was funny because my kids are like they slept all summer. They weren't up until like noon all summer, so it was pretty funny having to get them up for school. Then I put that little angry looking grumpy owl on there because hello, that's perfect. Now I'm going to rearrange these cards again. Now I feel like I need to add some stuff onto the photos just to really finish it off. So I'm kind of looking around, finding some more die cuts. I feel like these cartoony birds are perfect, so we're going to add this one over here. We're just about done. Just trying to add in a little bit of pop here and there, and I'm going to end up adding some of these cute little sticker hearts on each of the photos of my kids, and then I'm going to call it good. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. And if you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. My handle is @TracyMReed, and that is Tracy with an I. And I will see you next time. All right, thank you.